Hello and welcome, beloved souls. My name is Jem, Jem, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm an author, a lot of roles in society. And please bear with me with this video because I just watched a YouTube video. It was an atheist video and it quite upset me because of a very strong argument, and we'll come to that. So my video is death, natural causes, and the soul. When we hear the phrase died of natural causes, it usually means the body simply gave out, mostly often from age, illness, or organ failure, not from an accident or external harm. Old age is a softer way of saying the same thing, that the body's system have worn down. Now, died in sleep is usually the most peaceful description, meaning the person's heart or brain activity stopped while resting. But then comes the deeper question: what happens when those functions stop? And this is where I'm a little bit upset. I just watched a video of this argument. Materialists, atheists, neuroscientists, and skeptics will argue that consciousness is the brain. When the brain stops, so do we. They use examples like brain injury, dementia, or strokes to point out if a soul truly existed as something separate, why do personality, memory, and even morality change when the brain is damaged? Now, I also saw this with my husband who was dying from sepsis. His whole body, he completely changed personality. So they go on to say, if the soul is intact and independent, why do we lose ourselves when the brain breaks down? It's a powerful point, and I'll be honest, it rattles believers. It rattled me because it seems like evidence that the mind and soul are just functions of neurons. But here's the counter side, one that I, as a psychic medium, know well. People across cultures, across all of history, have had undeniable experiences of contact with the dead. Spirits appearing, voices heard, synchronicities, messages in dreams. Entire religions are built on these encounters. And then there's a personal near-death experience. I made tons of videos that I overdosed and it went black, but I was still aware of the blackness. This is not the same as being unconscious, because unconscious leaves no memory. Let me repeat that. I overdosed. It should have been a fatal overdose. I was aware of blackness. I didn't see a loved one. I didn't see Jesus, just blackness. But the very fact that I registered the blackness points to a kind of awareness separate from my physical brain. And that's huge. Materialists will say that's just the dying brain hallucinating. But here's the problem. Hallucinations are chaotic, colourful, and often nonsensical. They don't bring consistent patterns of awareness beyond the body across millions of people. Yet, we do see consistency in near-death reports, floating above the body, encountering loved ones, feelings of peace, tunnels of light. Now, I didn't experience any of that, but I was aware. I wasn't aware of me. I was aware it was black, and I wasn't scared of the blackness. The blackness was neutral. And it's not like a night, it was just black, and I was aware of it. I can't describe it. It's a void, and I was part of that void. So, maybe the brain is not producing consciousness. Maybe it's filtering it. When the filter breaks down at death, consciousness is released. Like smashing a radio doesn't destroy the signal, it just stops playing it. Atheists may find comfort in the idea of oblivion. No pain, no suffering, just eternal rest. Believers find comfort in eternal life. The truth? None of us can know for sure until it's our time. But here is where I land. My experience of Rob's presence, my awareness in the blackness, my psychic visions, these are not glitches in a dying brain. They're data points. They matter. And they remind us that even if materialism is loud, it doesn't have the final word. I want to say thank you for watching, and to the atheists out there, that really did, as a psychic medium, and I heard that point, it did rattle me. But every experience is subjective, and you can't measure a subjective experience. And believers think they're right, and skeptics think they're right. And unfortunately, no one's come back from the dead with evidence. We do. The closest we have is near-death experiences. And if it's hallucination, how can a person remember exactly? So they're brain dead. The doctors have said, oh, they're dead, has ruled them as dead, and they can recall exactly the conversations doctors and nurses have, exactly what was happening. If that's an hallucination, it's a pretty good one to be so accurate. And I, again, took a fatal overdose, and I've gone unconscious before. You know, when you have anesthetic, you don't remember anything. I remembered blackness. I don't remember a time, because this blackness had no time. It was eternal. I was gone for 3 days. I think I don't know how long I died. It could have been minutes, it could have been days, but I was out for 3 days, and it wasn't like being unconscious, because if you're unconscious, you don't remember anything. And I did. It was black. And I've had another friend who had an overdose. He overdosed on fentanyl, and he was dead. They had narcaned him as much as they could, and he was dead. And finally, he did come back, and he, again, like me, said it was black, but it was a peaceful black. What do you think? Do you think there is something after death? And I know belief isn't evidence. I agree. Belief is not evidence. But how do you account for my and other people's experience? What do you think happens after death? And do you believe consciousness goes on? Do you believe the soul is consciousness? Do you believe the soul is the brain? Please drop a comment below. I'm questioning myself, and I'm on a huge mission myself. I'm on the question because I've gone from, as a little girl, I believed I was a witch and I could do things. Then I went into Christianity. Then I went back to Wicca. Then I became a Baha'i. And then I've gone back to being a psychic medium. So I've tried religions, and I don't believe in God or gods. You all know that. But I do believe in the soul. I've seen and done and felt too many things that are not of this earth. But I tell you, and I'm being honest, when I watched that YouTube video, I think the channel's called Skepticism, and they came out with the brain injury, and the person, the personality's gone, showing that the soul is not the brain. That rattled me. I'll be truthful. Take care of yourselves and each other. Again, appreciate you staying this long. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.